my point before my first point. This should not have been rated R.
Nope.
No way. The reasons it's rated R could have been cut out or alluded to or whatever, and we could have had
It could have
nice
been
PG-13.
tastefully done.
Yeah. Hey everyone, it's another episode of Split Screen.
Split Screen.
I'm Tony.
And I'm Don.
And today we are having our movie talk for something we got to do fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pre-screening.
We got to do a pre-screening for our first one.
That's right.
Which was pretty awesome. And at the same time, kind of, movie should have been better.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. But for what it was
all right.
Yeah. And what are we talking about?
We're talking about, what was it? Roofman.
Roofman.
Channing Tatum and Kirsten Dunst.
Yep. And now you might think just offhand that might be like a weird superhero movie or something. No, this is a a movie based on a true story.
True crime story.
Yeah, it's a true crime story. That's a romance story.
Yeah, well, that was like 3/4 of the movie.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He got in there rather quick, huh?
He did.
Yeah.
Oh, she was fast.
First day.
For a woman of God. It was
singing in the choir.
That's right. Yeah. And it was like, boom, she asked for the date. She went right for it. And she told him, let's go home.
Yeah.
And then
I have to ask, before we start our movie talk.
Yeah.
What'd you think about going to see a premiere for a movie? Did you, the movie beside, the fact that we got to see a movie before it's released in a theater, and there was no event to it. And there was, I know on some of these, you're not allowed to talk to them until the day of release, but, obviously this one, we could. I don't know about you, but I liked it a lot.
That's awesome.
Being able to see it, and that way we get to talk about it afterwards, before it comes out. And it was a interesting thing. And I also thought it was interesting looking at the other people in the theater and seeing, well, because everybody's going there and they don't know what movie's playing. So either they're doing reviews themselves or they just like seeing mystery movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually kind of like both. I think it's pretty cool. So if you're around the AMC theaters on Mondays, if you have the app, right?
The Stubs.
Yeah.
AMC Stubs.
You'll get a notification for, was it Screen Unseen?
Screen Unseen.
Yeah. For Monday nights.
Yeah. I do wish I like that it's random. I also still wish I had like a little bit more direction. Because to be honest, I would have probably never chose this movie when it came up. Because remember, we were trying to figure out what it could be. We were really hoping it was Running Man.
For some reason, the movie is rated R. And there's a reason why, and we'll talk about it in our movie talk. So since it was rated R, the only thing we knew about it was rated R. And we're thinking, well, it's close to Halloween, rated R movie. It has to be a horror movie.
2 hours and 5 minutes.
It was a drama.
Yeah.
And you're right. I wouldn't have seen it either in the theater. This isn't something. As a matter of fact, after seeing it, it's a made-for-TV movie on the big screen with some mildly big actors.
Yeah, and it kind of makes you wonder. I feel like the best way to describe this movie is like it's a cute movie.
It could have been cuter though.
It could have.
It didn't go either way. It was kind of serious. It was kind of funny. It was just, but none of these ever went over into, laugh out loud or, endearing moments.
Right.
Even maybe when he's tearing up when, toward the end because he knows what he has to do. Even then, I had already sat through 2 hours of this movie. It's like, okay. I'm not really buying it that now suddenly he's regrets his decision.
Well, he's just closer to the time frame of needing to leave to meet Steve.
He knew he'd lose her. Anyway, do you want to talk about 3 things that you liked?
Sure. 3 things that I liked. Did I like it? I don't know. I'm torn. It's a very just kind of middle of the road sort of movie for me because I don't go after like romance movies specifically, and it's not a genre I'm typically brought to. True crime, I'm not drawn to that from a movie standpoint. Like shows and documentaries are cool, but for a movie,
you mind if I interrupt you? Yeah. Should we give them a short idea of what the movie was about before going into our 3?
Sure.
That way they know what Roofman is. I mean, because we
Yeah.
only talk about so Roofman's about a true crime story where Channing Tatum Jeffrey uh, uh, was a real person back in the 2000s who he had a family that he wanted to support,
Mhm.
and he couldn't figure out how to get a job, so he ended up, robbing 45 McDonald's through the roof,
Yeah.
and I can't remember the state. Was it South Carolina or something like that? One of the
Mm.
Carolinas?
Yeah, I think in North Carolina.
Yeah, and he got caught on the 45th one, sent to jail, but he escaped jail, and he hides out in a Toys R Us,
Mhm.
because his friend, who's able to get him a passport, under the table,
Yeah.
is out of town for 6 months, so he has to hide out until then, and during that time, he ends up falling in love with Kirsten Dunst,
Mhm.
and but, he also finds out that he needs $50,000 in order um to pay
Leave
for the
that.
passport and leave in the country. So he decides he's gonna rob Toys R Us at Christmas,
Mhm.
and, that's where Kirsten Dunst Lee,
Yeah.
works. So he knows that, his relationship is to come to an end.
Mhm.
And that's pretty much it. It's like I said, it's based
Yeah.
on a true story, uh, kind of funny true story, and the guy still in prison. And did you read the after post credits where,
Yeah.
he tried to
He's on
escape
parole in, like,
back in
2035. He's
yeah,
tried to escape, like, I think
like
2
a
or 3 more
coin
times.
pin in
Yeah.
2017? Yeah. So anyway, so on to your 3.
Yeah. So, my second point is I feel if this was a completely fictional movie,
Mhm.
I feel like I would like it even less. The fact that it's a true story adds a little bit more of it to me, but even then, it's still not being brought it's such a weird not middle of the road, but it really that story really gives just straight down the center.
It wasn't enough. I
Yeah.
mean, it's a cute enough story, but I don't think it was cute enough for 2 hours and 9 minutes.
No, we coulda cut out multiple parts of it because they spent a lot of time really trying to highlight how important their relationship was and the relationship with the kids and her being, a little bit off about how he's acting, his introduction into the church, multiple scenes of him just playing around in Toys R Us, beating up
Right.
Elmos or now the Elmo one is a little bit different because that was kind of when he was slipping into frustration because in
Yeah.
the beginning he talks about how, it's easy for humans to
You're
get
right.
bored.
It could have been tighter,
Yeah.
on the writing to tighten all these ends up because some of the scenes went on too long,
Yeah.
for sure. I mean, we get to see him, take a bath in the sink several times.
Mhm.
So I guess that was for eye candy, so they had to add something.
Yeah. Because that's what the rated R is about, which actually there's my first point. My point before my first point. This should not have been rated R.
Nope.
No way. No way. The reasons it's rated R could have been cut out or alluded to or whatever, and we could have had a
It could have
nice
been
PG-13.
tastefully done,
Yeah.
I mean, tell them about it.
Yeah. He gets naked.
A lot naked,
Yeah, like fully naked, like
about 15
buttocks
seconds.
and like some undercarriage stuff kinda going on from behind. Um, yeah, that's why. And he has to kinda climb up something and jump, so he's just naked for what,
We
45
get to see a
seconds?
lot of butt.
Yeah,
Yeah, no.
yeah, about 45 seconds, was it a minute? I don't
It
know,
was
it
it
wasn't
was
that long.
it was it was uncomfortably long for
Mm.
a movie like this, and it was out of place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel the only reason it's there, and they even went that far is because this is a true story. That scene was kind of the initiation to realizing he was there because that was his first time actually being kind of seen or caught in the Toys R
I
Us.
wonder if that actually happened in real life because I looked up the trivia, but it didn't say that that particular event happened
Yeah.
in the Toys R Us, but
Dude,
I can imagine it would.
that's the only reason I would have even added it because if I wouldn't make that up and add that because then now that's adding the rated R for almost no reason.
Yeah.
So it must have happened and he thought that was a fun point. But it is again the first time he was seen there, caught there, to eventually be found out that, he lived there for 6 months.
Mhm.
Um, so what is my 3? I don't think it went far enough in either direction. It's very middle of the road. As much as it's a cute love story, it's a weird love story, the dynamic. It really starts with him kind of parasocially stalking her because he's trapped to really kind of involving himself in the lives of the employees by tampering with their schedules and disliking the boss, and then I don't know, that type of stuff to me is just straight.
Just it wasn't interesting enough.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't
so,
get that.
yeah, that's pretty much my 3. I guess I
Okay.
will.
Well, my 3, I'm gonna talk about the unnecessary nudity. I mean, number 1, this was rated R, and we have just that one scene. The rest of it is completely PG, not even PG-13. I don't think there's even any F-bombs in it.
Mm-mm, no.
At least I don't remember any offhand. But I mean, we literally see him running around, his junk hanging out, and I'm trying to figure out why in a movie like this we needed to have that extended scene in the middle of the movie. It didn't do anything. I mean, you could have easily, had him, running, we know that he has no clothes on because he was
Mhm.
showering. So you didn't need all that.
Yep.
And I mean, and just do better. I mean, because I think by making it rated R, you're limiting your audience,
Mhm.
obviously, because they're not going to go. I mean, no one's going to go. It's a family movie, but it's got that scene in it,
Yeah.
and I thought it was a weird choice. Number 2, I did find Channing Tatum and Kirsten Dunst to be charming, but they're
Mhm.
always charming in all their movies. I mean, one of our favorite movies, as you know, is Upside Down with
Yeah.
Kirsten Dunst. So she's great to see in just about anything she does. Um, she's got a certain charm
Yeah.
about
She
her.
does.
Um,
And this character fit her too, for the most part. I
yeah,
mean, yeah.
she definitely looks like a single mom
Mhm.
working at Toys R Us. I mean, I bought it. So I enjoyed the 2 leads.
Yeah.
Everybody else was pretty much side characters. They didn't really have a lot of depth, which is
Mhm.
fine. I mean, movies are like that. I mean, the daughters were daughterish, and the church she went to is
Those
which
churches.
you know. Although I do have to say, my girl, I'm gonna bring. Let's see if I can pronounce her name. Uzo Aduba.
Mhm.
Anyway, I watched Orange Is the New Black. Diminishing returns on the season, but season 1's perfect. Absolutely love her in her Orange Is New Black. She played Crazy Eyes.
Mhm.
She is a phenomenal actress. Wasted in this role, but she still brought the charm to
Yeah.
because she acted like a churchgoer and
Mhm.
talked. So I would have liked to have seen more of her,
Yeah.
but that's just me. So that's point 2.5,
Okay.
and then 3. It was too long. I this felt like a made for TV movie that was extended because of the actors doing it because the story wasn't all that interesting. I mean, granted, I'm not exactly geared toward drama. I have no problem with drama and with romance, but 2 hours and 9 minutes, you're really pushing it right there with that. So I'm gonna just say the time was just a little bit too much, and
Yeah.
which I think really hurt. If it had been shorter, I think it would have been better, even with the story that was there. But the fact that the scenes were all drawn out, the funny was sort of funny,
Mhm.
the romance was sort of romance.
Yeah.
Not 2 hours and 9 minutes of it. So
No.
anyway, that's my 3.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I mean, if someone asked me, "Should I go watch this?" I really think it depends on if that's your 2 things. If you like a cute romance, true crime kinda thing, I think it handles the business on what you want from it. But I don't really think there's any major peaks and valleys. It's just this kind of, train wreck of a life this man is kind of putting himself through, which is really annoying in a way because for as endearing as he is, there's kind of no reason to be this dumb. And I know we all know like dumb,
We
smart
all
people
know.
or whatever, but it's like,
I think that's exactly what he was.
but it's like,
He didn't
that's
want to work a
criminal.
real job because he's too smart for a real job. It's not like he could get a job at Toys R Us and last because
No.
he's smarter than the people than
Yeah.
Peter Dinklage, um, character
Yeah.
who's the manager of the Toys R Us. So I know plenty of people like that, and in some ways I'm kind of like that,
Mm.
because I have held down jobs. I just can't do it.
Yeah.
You know, I
I
haven't
mean,
I haven't resulted to being a roofman though.
yeah.
So
Yeah. And crime. And then not to
I always
mention,
wanted to do crime.
Well, maybe you're not too far off.
No, pretty much.
I don't know. Are you gonna go through roofs though? What would you be? Blank what?
If I was a criminal like him,
Mhm.
would I?
What's your fast food chain of choice?
Hmm. Well,
I feel I have to base it on if I wanna eat
In-N-Out.
eat there. Yeah, see?
Yeah, no, In-N-Out, 'cause they make the most money.
Yeah,
At least
true.
the ones here. I mean, oh my god, there's so much more crowded than every other than actually all of them combined. Not that I go to eat a lot of fast food, other
I
than
know.
Wendy's, but
Mm-mm.
definitely Wendy's,
Can't deny
it
Wendy's. You've
it
seen it,
it's like a ghost town compared to
yeah, alright.
so, yeah, no, and for me, with any standout scenes, I mean, obviously, I appreciated Channing Tatum, uh, seeing a lot of him with no clothes on because he's a very good looking man.
Mhm.
Um, didn't understand it, but I appreciate that. So I guess that's a standout scene. I did, even though, you know, I won't say Peter Dinklage's character, what was his name in it again?
Mitch.
Mitch, didn't have, depth to him because I kind of liked him.
Yeah.
Because I mean, everybody's known a manager like that. Everybody,
Mhm.
that just doesn't care, that chooses one employee that they're gonna pick on.
Mhm.
And so I think he did a good job. And then I liked it at the end that, after Jeffrey had robbed all of them,
Yeah.
um, you know, and he was helping out his friend.
Mhm.
So yeah, no,
Mm. Yeah, standout scenes. Ah, gosh.
it's a couple of standout
I
scenes.
don't know. I
I
don't
mean,
know if they did for me. I mean,
when they're at the table, uh, um, because he goes to singles night,
yes.
at Red Lobster,
Mhm.
and it's all women.
Yeah, and the girls are just loving him.
It's
Yeah.
kind of fun. Yeah, that's pretty much what happens in real life,
Mhm.
Yeah, and so I kinda like that, although I don't think they went far enough, and also the women were just too ready to believe that, he was pretending to be a secret agent.
Made no sense.
Yeah, that what to us, we would call another man out on his bullshit, but I don't think that these middle-aged, church-going women would necessarily be capable of doing the same thing. They'd be
Mm,
like, "Oh my gosh, you're so attractive. Yes,
mhm,
I'll believe whatever you want."
mm.
Yeah,
I'm an undercover government agent.
yeah. Now, a lot of good things. I mean, it's smart that he put up the baby monitors, and I don't know about you, but I miss Toys R Us.
Toys R Us was great.
It really was, and it's too bad that it couldn't, survive Amazon and,
Mm,
all the online places because even back when in the day, I mean, I wouldn't say I was too old because they had computers in there.
mm,
So you would go there. They actually carried, Commodore Amigas,
mm.
and so we would go there and Amiga games. So that was, late '90s or whatever, but then they got rid of that and went a different route, which totally didn't work.
Yeah,
Yeah, no. So I miss it was nice. I like the setting that
okay.
it was back in 2002.
Yeah.
Didn't need cell phones or anything
I'm
like
just
that.
surprised there wasn't more candy for him to eat other than peanut M&Ms. There had to be more candy somewhere in that Toys R Us.
Oh, true. Well, oh man, how many jelly beans could you possibly eat?
I don't know. But I feel like he should have, like, diversified his snacks and, making them lose, like, what, hundreds of like, he said, like, 60 boxes of, like, M&Ms were gone. I was like, "What?" I'm surprised this Toys R Us didn't go out of business between him stealing candy and selling games endlessly
Yeah,
the nonstop.
the games would have been a big nose because he stole $10,000 worth of video
Mhm.
games, and that was one thing that the script didn't really address is, if you're the store manager, then you would be calling everybody in for a meeting and trying to
Oh,
figure
yeah.
out why 10,000. I'm not sure why he was kinda hiding it.
Mhm.
So, I mean, that part didn't really make a lot of sense.
Yeah. Um Scenes that were great, I thought the church scene, you mentioned it earlier, was fine, where he kind of was noticing it was his end and they were kinda looking at each other, and at that point, she almost, like, knew it was him in a weird way because it was so off.
Well, she always knew that there was something wrong with him, though.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you
He showed up
saw that.
wearing children's shoes. Girls.
Yeah, when they first I'm surprised that there wasn't more about that because, when he first shows up, because he goes to donate some toys
Mhm.
for her toy drive for the church, and he's wearing too small shoes and the wrong, basically kids pants and a
Mhm.
kid's shirt, and he's riding a bicycle, and the next moment he's working for
Yeah.
the government as a secret agent in the area.
Yeah.
I'm I guess I mean,
He was gay. He had an affinity for, women's shoes.
I guess. I
Yeah.
guess.
That was their takeaway.
Yeah. So, I know you already said it, but would you recommend to watch this on Netflix when it comes out?
Yeah, absolutely. I think people would probably enjoy this. I think it's
Probably better in the theater, huh?
mm,
It's not a theater
maybe.
experience in any.
No, I don't think so. I think it's a perfect at home,
It should have been.
cute story
It
that
should have gone to Netflix.
yeah, that keeps you engaged because you're kind of surprised all this stuff really happened. You hear about double lives and double families and stuff. Yeah, no, overall was a cute story.
Yeah.
And
He definitely forgot about his family though after he got with Kirsten Dunst.
oh yes,
I was expecting like a moment where there would be some acknowledgement that he was replacing his family because he had a daughter and two twin sons,
mhm,
twin baby sons, and he had left them and he went to prison and on the run, and he's going to have to leave them. But he gets in a relationship with Kirsten Dunst and starts, treating her girls like his children, like his family,
yeah.
and didn't address his own daughter that he was supposedly so close to. He did get the phone call at the end
No, yeah.
from
That's
her,
what really did
but
it.
nothing during that 6-month period when he was romancing Kirsten Dunst, Lee's character.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, he kind of was forced to let go because if you remember, there's two scenes.
He was too stupid, though.
Well, I mean, one, what is he going to do in this situation? I mean, there really is no end game for him to keep
True.
going after his past family, especially when the mother is so hostile to him. Like she hates him. She doesn't want to talk to him. I don't understand. One thing I thought was funny is like, why do you guys keep letting this child answer the phone? Like every time he called, she'd be the first one to answer the
What?
phone. And then the mom's like, who is it? I'm like, why is the child answering the phone? It's almost to torture him on purpose. And then there's he's hearing in the background, mommy's telling me to hang up. We have to cut the line. She doesn't want to talk to you. Gary's here. So he had this whole he kind of saw how fast he was losing them.
Wife moved on quick.
Oh, yeah. And then there was that time he called and he didn't say anything because this was after he escaped. So he was in trouble now. It's like the calls from the prison.
Yeah.
He's an escaped convict now. And he went, talked to his daughter and it was all silent. And she asked, who is it? And then she got on the phone and she knew it was him. She's like, John, is this you? And she said, you should never call her again.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense for you to keep calling. We moved on and really kind of cut it off for him. And that's why I don't think that's why he thought about leaving the country, but that was definitely a motivating point of, I don't have anything else.
Yeah.
It's time to go. Until he met Lee and her kids.
All right. Well, what do you think? Are we done?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so too. So, what do you got to tell them? What do you got to tell people about us?
Well, like, comment, and subscribe. We appreciate all sorts of feedback. Let us know how you felt about the movie.
We appreciate all comments.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let us know if you like.
Let us know if you're going to go see this, if you're excited about seeing this, which I can't imagine anybody would be excited.
Someone might. I think there are some.
Channing Tatum's a draw because he was oh man, what's his X-Men character?
He was Gambit.
Gambit. Yes. Yeah. I am kind of looking forward to seeing this.
And his Magic Mike.
I
So the ladies.
think it's why we got the nudity in this.
Yeah.
You just can't have Channing Tatum without taking his clothes off.
Well, I mean, it's a love story about, a somewhat bad guy, not bad guy who's in love with you, who will risk life and limb and commit crime for you and the family. I mean, it's an archetype with this story too.
Yeah.
But no, I'd recommend it.
Yep.
Thanks again, guys.
All right. Thanks for coming. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next episode of Split Screen Movie Talk.
That's right.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone.
All right. Bye-bye. Bye. All right. We're going to talk our way out.
Yeah.
I actually have no idea what we're going to talk about.
No.
I mean, because that's pretty much, the movie's 2 hours and 9 minutes, but we've addressed all the points that we possibly could want to make. So
I do wish, well,
is there
those are the points.
Are there any movies, romance movies that you like?
Not other than what we talked about earlier. Boomerang. But that's not like this. But Boomerang's a romance story.
Did you ever see Always?
I don't think I saw Always.
You might have to watch that then.
Mm.
It's Richard Dreyfuss and oh man, I used to know her name.
Upside Down. I like Upside
You're
Down.
right. See, but you know what? It's an alternate universe
I don't care.
on a distant planet.
Doesn't matter.
Maybe you're predisposed because of the pretty CGI.
Well, with Upside Down, I was completely enamored with the world building. I thought the world building, I love good world building when it's just so subtle and it's every little bit so important. And just, yeah, I love Upside Down. That was great. Cloud Atlas. I like Cloud Atlas too, but that's also more fantasy, sci-fi, kind of conceptual.
I guess Boomerang's the only straightforward
Mhm.
romantic comedy.
Womanizer man who realizes his game playing is done. He wants himself a chill, down to earth girl like Holly Berry. It was so boring in that role. She even wore overalls. That's how like Tatum for because then she was an art teacher or something like that. So
Isn't that also the style? I seem to think
it may have been the
might
style
have
back
something.
then too. But she was the only one because if you looked at the other girls, like I can't think of her name. Is it Jasmine? The main girl he was after, tall bombshell, power suits, big hair.
Trying to was that what's his name's ex? The boxer, Mike Tyson.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure.
I know she was in a movie with Eddie Murphy at one time.
Mm.
So I don't remember. We're gonna have to watch it. Anyway, we're coming up for doing Boomerang for our next reviews.
Yeah,
All right, and we're out of here.
we are. Dude.
I'd say you could snap them out, but we keep doing that. I don't want to snap it.
I don't know. And our snap outro was weak, allegedly.
I think it's awesome.
Well, then it continues. 3, 2, 1.